Chapter 43. Did you hear that? That melody, Fedir thought. I know it, but why? What is it? Oh, graceful one, a scratchy, elderly voice sounds. Please, don't refer to me as that. Call me Fedir. Soft steps approach on the ground, soon followed by a woman's voice. It is gentle, sweet, alluring. Face it, graceful one. You have aided the people of Damdara in a way no one else could. Your touch has brought life back to the destroyed soil as well as purified the water we drink. However, your powers are far beyond that of physical. So go on. You heard something? He shifts his body towards the beautiful voice. His bare feet graze the soft grass. The youthful and healthy scent calms his nerves. However, the air is cold and dry, but despite the temperature, several people are chatting, children are playing and laughing. It has grown joyous since his arrival. It's hazy and hard to tell what is real or fake when having to rely on the other senses. He recalls the sensation of falling, but not the land. At one point the land was arid, devoid of life, filled with a sense of dread, the auras around said. Then slowly it grew to something habitable. From what the people say, it is a magic touch he has. Yet how long did it take? Fedir never felt the sun's warmth, constantly wondering how to understand the passage of time, having only people's words to believe. He hasn't grown used to his impairment, probably never will. It was a part of him he never realized how much he depended on. In exchange, he gained something people may consider great, the power to sense emotions. However, he misses the joy or aid he brought people, and the beautiful reward of seeing his work successful. In fact, he feels he lost more as the faces of the people he holds close are fading. His memory, failing him at keeping a picture to the voices that kept him pushing through the impossible. It sounded like a melody, something of a stringed instrument, Fedir said, trying to remember the tune. It was a hopeful song, as if telling of one's appearance. A call. It was brief, but it came. He shifts his body slightly, pointing his fingers straight ahead to the calling sound. There. A melody from the north, the woman muttered, softly humming. It doesn't make sense for a melody to be playing in Zoma's plains. If it's true, he mostly struck them by now, even with the fading Jenny active. Any normal person knows doing that is certain death. Fedir chuckles. I have to say, it's nice for a change to have people believe in my words without much convincing. A good friend of mine was always arguing against my thoughts. He brings his outward hand back to his chest, quieting his voice, though I now can understand a lot of his reasons. Isamu's words ring in his head. If only you could see the destruction around you, the tears they cry, the horrors of the remains of their loved ones, right before them. Where was your goddess during all of this? His brutal words weighed heavy on him. They were blunt and offensive against his belief, but he could not bring himself to hate him. They hurt because they were right. The goddess is our mother, and we are her children. But why treat family as such? What is the purpose in all this chaos? Nonsense, graceful one. Such a man has no right to speak to you with such a tone. It's absurd how... The elderly voice rang. Please don't bash my friend when he's not here to defend himself. Him and I are simply opposites of the same coin. Do you think it was your friend calling you? She asked. The hesitation in her voice seems to be filled with worry. I don't think Isamu has much skill with instruments. He's more of an active person when it comes to hobbies. Either way, I think we should search for the sound. It could be someone who needs our help. Slow down, Fedir. A smooth, delicate hand wraps around his wrist. A faint smell of perfume emits from it. I know playing a guardian angel is fitting of your belief, but risking our necks for people will draw Zoma's attention. Once he finds our village, we are done for. Then I will go alone. Listen to me. It has been a week since you have fallen out of the sky. Your body still needs rest. My body isn't going to get any better. I've come to accept that. You have given so much to me. A place to stay, countless treatments, the helmet you wear, she adds. He lifts his hand from hers, brushing it onto the large headgear. It's made of steel with complete coverage of his face except the mouth. He feels his long flowing warm hair, which barely sneaks out from the back of the helmet. He brings his hand to his mouth, and though it is still patchy, it has recovered nicely, though unable to feel his nose is a bit unsettling. Yes, this too. Just like us, people are fighting for a future, for their families. If I have this power, then it is my duty to use it. A quiet chuckle leaves her lips. And that is why I call you graceful. I will come along. No use in sitting around. We have a village to rebuild. Plus, I gotta keep an eye on my innocent little angel. Don't want any corruption seeking into your pure soul. Thank you, Lena. Fedir lifts above the plentiful sand, grains falling off his feet as he hovers. The sand is freezing and the air is silent. The sounds behind him are a couple sets of heavy footsteps in clanky armor. Their breath is unsteady, yet one is normal. The footsteps approaching his side are soft, and an intoxicating fragrance drawing his attention to it. Lead the way, Lena's soft suggesting voice said. North is a little vague for my liking. Can you sense anything else? He concentrates. In his mind, he can sense Lena's aura. It is hot pink, fun and exciting, strobing with pretty various shades, like how a moth sees a flame. Two others behind him are more dim, quiet, as if not to awaken what lurks nearby. Something hefty is faint in the distance. His voice echoed in his mind. Something big lies far ahead. Its stomps are not human. What you're sensing is most likely the monster of Zoma's plains. Best keep away from there. These duds cover a lot of my skin, but I don't think it's enough to protect against anything it may throw at us. And I doubt it will fall for my dazzling charms once the armor is stripped. An ear-piercing crack shatters the sound barrier. He flinches to the abrupt sound. A whip? Fedir's heart told him. A devious laugh soon follows out of her. Anything else, however, is fair game. Why choose that of all weapons? He asked, as he moved forward, her voice responding slightly behind him to his side. It's what I'm most comfortable with, she answered, a sound of clicking steel against a nail. Unfortunately, Fedir lost his staff during the fall. Since he landed, he couldn't find it anywhere. It could have potentially been near or across the world. With no source of energy in the item, it was impossible to find. Nevertheless, it was no longer necessary. Since awakening his power, he was not limited to the weapon he held to produce magic. Like Hotaru, he could rely on his blood. However, he did carry one thing which came from the land above, the prayer ring. Aziza handed it to him so long ago, telling him it contains magic in the gemstone, and she is right. In a pocket in his coat, he can sense a small amount of magic pulsating near his chest. It isn't enough to restore his energy to normal levels, but a time may come when in a pinch. Fedir turns his attention back to the sound of Lena's whip. Did you fight monsters often? Monsters? Never thought of them like that. I guess that makes me a beast tamer of sorts. Beast tamer? An audible gulp sounds behind him. The souls behind her dimming even lower as if to hide something. What are you exactly? Then I was a girl with a big dream and bigger audience. Now I'm just a simple village maiden, wishing for a normal life. Perhaps a young man can one day... Her alluring voice turns to a whisper. Sweep me off my feet. I honestly believe peace coming to Alfgard is more likely, Fedir replied with a smirk spreading across his face. You're no fun to tease anymore, she pouted. I miss the old you, when you would be at a loss of words. It made you so cute. You should be more happy at the fact. It means our bond has gotten closer. You have become very dear to me. You're after my heart with lines like that. He stops. Something is heard in the distance. The fun, playful aura Lena represents is now red, flaring warnings of danger. Her voice shifts, speaking like a commanding officer. Do you sense something? It's faint, but I hear something. Groans. Several of them. He concentrates, honing in on the sound. It is ghastly. Familiar. Dim, dark aura is in the distance. But it's not all. A blue light, filled with courage and fight, slowly getting swarmed. It can't be. I know who that is. Someone's getting attacked. Undead are swarming them. We must move. He darts towards the sound. Footsteps behind him slowly fading with the grunts getting louder. Their groans are haunting. A smell of rot closes in. The grass beneath his feet thicken. The air is moist. Water is near. No longer was Damdara close. The individual light heavily breathes. The scent is musty, yet burning. Quickly the light gets snuffed. He is left with no other option. An intense heat, like an open flame, flows through him. He sticks his arms forward. The heat concentrates within his hands. Gunpowder covers his senses. Kaboom! He shouted, the blistering heat escaping his body. A shattering explosion erupts in the air. The groans drown in the loud blast. The darkness fading, and the blue dim light shines once more, bouncing around like an insect being pushed around by high winds. The quiet atmosphere is warm, and the blue light thankfully remains. He catches his breath, worried his hasty action would go sour. Footsteps follow behind him. Lena's serious voice breaks the silence. It was foolish of you to leave us behind. This is what I meant when I said slow down. A sigh, like a puff of air, escapes her. You put her in a lot of danger. Nevertheless, it looks like the girl is safe, she shouted. Forgive my friend here. Are you injured? The gentle pink aura returns, uniting with the dim blue. The blue light is pulsating like an electrical current with each gasp of air. Its scent is burnt. Who are you? The young woman asks. Her voice is blunt like a hammer. It has no sweetness like Lena, but it is soft-spoken, but filled with worry. However, above all, it is familiar. A voice he hasn't heard in so long. It was hard for him to believe it may be her who stands before him. Hotaru? He called. A pause fills the air. The blue light brightens. Fedir, is that really you? Hasty footsteps push aside the tall grass, making a beeline straight toward him. That green hair. It really is you. She tackles into him, her arms wrapped around him like a tough twine. Her breaths are racing, her arms shaking as she holds him. He places his hand onto her frizzy hair. Light static tingles his fingers. You must have been the one to play the song. The moment I heard it, I came as fast as I could. I'm glad I made it in time. I never would have thought that liar would bring me to you, but once Galen explained what a fairy was, I knew it was you, though I didn't know that was what happened to you. His mind comes to a pause. Galen, I know that name. Her breathing declines. Her voice drowns. Her grasp around him weakens. Fedir attempts to hold her up, but quickly she lightens. Seems the poor girl has been through a lot. Will she be okay? He worried. The blue light was gone. Her touch was cold. Now, more than ever, he begged the goddess for a glimpse. A nice hot meal and a good rest will have her up in no time. Like a switch, her abrupt shout scares him. Hey, you two! Make yourselves useful and help us out here. We have a long way back to Damdara, and I don't want us to get caught in an ambush.